So here we are, map number 2 of this best of 3. Game 1 was spectacular. It was incredible. It may have been one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen in this fine game. I hope Game 2 can match it. But I just know it can't. That's the problem. I can't see a way that game number 2 can be as good as game number 1. Such a shame. Anyway, spawning up in the top right hand position of Frost, representing alien invasion, we've got Revenge. And his opponent down to the lower right, the green Terran player, representing alien invasion as well. It is Lillekanin. Gas first opening from Lillekanin, and oh my goodness, the SCV's coming out again. Okay, he won't seriously go for this proxy mortar. It can't work again. It just can't. Like, it actually can't, because there's a barracks there and a supply depot. Revenge would see it coming in. It's not going to get there quickly enough. Is this really a thing? Is this happening? Is this real life? Anyone who gets, like, Queen lyrics going in Twitch chat right now, you're a hero. Okay. In comes the SCV. Is he legit going to go over? No. Okay. He's going to try and delay things for a little bit. Doing everything he can. Waiting, coming back. Lillekanin still trying to get more damage too. He's got a barrack coming up back at home, but that doesn't mean he can't proxy a factory or something. Revenge scouting the wrong way, unfortunately. That means he's probably going to discover Lillekanin last. Lillekanin can add in a factory straight after this. When you go for a gas first, it'll either be... Well, a gas first will always be a fast factory, like 100% of the time. And it isn't going to be proxied. That doesn't make me sad. It just is a little bit disappointing for me. And I mean that in a nice way. Obviously, this is like... Still... but it's playing sensibly, let's be honest here. And I don't in any means think players should, like, not play their best. But a little part of me hopes Game 1 could be incredible. Anyway. Reaper coming down from Revenge. The Reaper probably won't fare too well because this could be an early Hellion play. Could also be Widow Mines. If it's Widow Mines, it's slightly better for the Reaper. If it's Hellions, then there's a bit of a problem because Hellions do really well against Reapers. Meanwhile, Lillekanin just still mining gas happily. Adding the star pool really fast. Okay. Reaper's going to come up. Reaper's not going to see instantly what's happening, but he's just going to try and get some kills. 2 Marines on their way across. They're going to try and stop this. A Reaper beats a Marine, loses to 2 Marines. So he backs away. And what was seen? Okay, everything was seen. This is important. Widow Mine's coming through. Potentially a Widow Mine drop. That would be awesome. Meanwhile, Revenge just adding in his natural command center. Chilling. Adding in a second gas. Nothing crazy going on yet. Factory also on its way. Needs to be prepared for this potential drop play. May go for a Viking early on. Just to try and thwart anything. Could go for a Viking into a Raven in order to get that mobile detection, avoid having to do a scan. That's another good way you can go. Actually, looks like it's going to be going into Hellions. Nice and quick. That's always important. Adding in the starport there. Hellions coming through quickly. It's always a little bit annoying. Widow Mine's just getting burrowed down and just generally being a bit of a pain. Starport though, would expect to see a tech lab being added on here. There we go. Knowing that there is that factory early on, just gotta be slightly cautious. Lillekanin. By the way, Deadmeat, you're awesome. He got the Queen reference after that 2-minute delay. And Bammy, well done. Okay, Lillekanin coming over with the Widow Mine drop. Is there energy for scans? Yes, there is. Viking coming out. Gonna be able to force away the medevac. Poor little medevac. Medevac just dancing about. Dropping out a couple of Marines. Gonna re-pick up these Widow Mines probably. Ready to go and drop them up into the main base. Or just assault the front. That's another way you can run with this. Widow Mines burrowing. At a very weird angle those. Diagonal Widow Mines. Gets a big detonation. That got 1 Hellion, 2 very low on health. Of course, the Marines do need to be a little bit careful. High ground vision granted thanks to the medevac. Down goes 1 more medevac. The supply depot will also fall. Good hit This is really good use of these Widow Mines. Incredible time. By the way, I love my Twitch chat. They are busy, or you guys are busy, reenacting Queen lyrics with a StarCraft 2 theme. You're incredible. Anyway, supply depot getting slowly worked away at. Forced to cancel. Widow Mines still being terrifying. Treacherous, dangerous, deadly. Ravens coming out on both sides as well for that detection. I'm surprised one SCV hasn't been sacrificed for the greater good. Do it, Revenge. It's worth it. Another supply depot getting slowly chipped away at. Lillekanin is also losing, or is actually supply blocked at the moment. Widowmine hit comes down, but down come the Hellions, and these are the big damage dealers. They're trying to take out the Marines. The Marines, though, doing fairly well for now, backing away. With the medevac dead, however, not much else can be achieved. The push has been stopped. The aggression relented. And this is where things start getting a little crazy. Lillekanin adding in the engineering bay. Don't think he did actually see the fact that there was a Starport with a tech lab on it. No. And did he see the Raven either? If he didn't, he may not know that there was a tech lab on there. Still waiting. Widowmine just chilling down there. Trying to get the shot off. These Hellions are just duking it out with like the detonation time of Widowmine. It takes about a second. That's why Speedlings can run straight past the Widowmine without it detonating, because the Widowmine can't target and attack before the Speedlings are out the other side of the targeting zone. Cool little facts. Aggressive play coming forward now. We've got the 2 tanks here. The tanks duke it out very well. And also, Lillekanin checking down an auto turret here. Both players are actually. The tanks need to deal with the Hellions though, but it's the Raven that's the big problem. However, Lillekanin coming in now with the Vikings doing some cool stuff. But it's the tank that's really being a hero right now. 3 kills on that tank, the Raven. Sorry, the Viking also with 2. Another Cloak Banshee, but a scan is available. Won't be able to get the kill though. That's frustrating. Because it can come back. It can just wait it out. Is there any more Marines on the way? 1. 1 Marine and 1 tank. Probably not going to be able to hold this position for much longer. Another scan being used, but the Banshee gets away from a second scan. What a hero, Banshee. Revenge microing this like an absolute boss. Takes down the tank. However, the Banshee will now fall. The second tank coming forward now. Also getting a couple of nice shots off. The Viking landing. And that's a really nice move. Can just start chipping away at this. Still, forward goes the tank, forward goes the Viking. The Viking also very good up against these Hellions because it's not light, it doesn't take too much damage, but the Banshee as well. Gonna be able to just chip away at it steadily. Waiting patiently to see when these players try and duke it out. SCV count 37 to 33 in Lillekanin's favour. And this is where things are getting crazy again. Overall, let's recap. 8 workers killed by Lillekanin. 5 killed by Revenge. Revenge killing slightly more workers. Overall resources lost, favouring Lillekanin still. And that's because the amount of Banshee that's died. Another one about to fall here. And this is really annoying. This Banshee will eventually die. Unless it can somehow... Okay, this Banshee won't die. The 2 Vikings are just like, oh, never mind. It's probably dead. That's a little unfortunate. Still though, we're waiting to see if we get a few more pushing out units. And it looks like we will. Lillekanin gonna be juking it forward. Nice little shot there. Revenge will lose this Viking. Will lose that Banshee rather, up against all these Vikings as they start pushing across the map. There's a decent number of Hellions on the ground for Revenge, although they don't have Blue Flame yet. And they're not really supported by anything. And that's quite problematic because there's 2 tanks rolling forward, a decent number of Vikings. And trying to win out on the ground is going to be very difficult. Ooh, a lot of Marines get sniped off there. That was fantastic. The Vikings now trying to land, trying to prevent the Hellions from getting back in order to defend. A few more nice shots coming down from these tanks. The Vikings moving in on the ground. Tank up on the high ground. But these Vikings getting a couple of SCV kills for themselves. Tanks need to be careful. 1 in range. Very annoying. Vikings on the ground. Didn't want to be there. duking out in the air now, taking down one of those Vikings. The siege tanks getting a few nice shots off. Norbert Command attempting to back away, more tanks coming through, but the SCV pool seems to have done its job. More SCVs being killed here, 20 workers killed by Lillekanin so far this game. The Vikings may actually kill this Orbit Command. Where's the repair? Okay, it's getting repaired now, that's important. That has to get repaired up. If that fell, it would be massive. But that means that a couple of SCVs are vulnerable to these Vikings. They lift back up again as soon as the tanks get in range. Great play at the moment out of Lillekanin. Revenge frantically trying to hold on. He's down by 10 SCVs. His natural base is not mining, and if we look at the incomes, that makes a mighty big difference. Floating this Orbit Command back across. It's not going to die, but it takes actually a decent chunk of damage and will get repaired back up again. Lands, still repairs coming through though. Revenge pretty much broke on the mineral front, needs to cool down some of them mules. And the mule hammer is indeed used. A mule hammer is arguably more powerful than Thor's hammer. So legend have it. Thors were allegedly created in the heart of a dying star by David Kim. Sorry, mules were. Did I say Thors were? Thor hammer would be crazy. Anyway, more ACBs getting taken down now. This is some good damage. This Banshee actually racking up a huge amount of kills. Where is the anti-air? It's just not here. It's a mech build and there's no Marines. There's like none. And the Vikings are camping. This is a huge problem for Revenge now. I kind of just blanked it because it didn't seem like it could be game ending, but it very well could be. Down goes another mule. Down goes more SCVs. The Vikings are there dealing so much damage. The Banshee doing an incredible amount of damage. This is it. Revenge, he's in such a bad spot. He's trying to base race, which can maybe work with the defensive tanks. GG's cold, and Lillekanin takes game number 2 of this best of 3 to advance forward into the finals. Revenge, mighty mule hammer was not strong enough, and Lillekanin after that awesome game 1 gets to go to the finals.